In this video lesson, we will learn how to solve rational equations. So what do we mean by rational equations? Well, we can just start with an example. These are really closely related to rational functions. You'll see why. So here's an example. X plus 1 over x plus 3 equals x plus 4 over x plus 8. So we have some sort of fractions with x's in them equaling each other. Now the trick is what we call cross-multiplying. We can transform the divisions into multiplications just by moving over the bottom parts to the diagonally opposing upper parts. I'll show you what I mean by writing it down. The above equation is the same as what I'm just writing here. X plus 1 times x plus 8 equals x plus 4 times x plus 3. So we do these diagonal shifts. The x plus 8 moves next to the x plus 1. And the x plus 3 moves next to the x plus 4. And now we just have multiplication. So now we can simplify the expression by FOILing, which we already know how to do. So we get x squared plus x plus 8x plus 8 equals x squared plus 3x plus 4x plus 12. Now we're just going to keep simplifying this and see what we get. So we combine like terms on both sides. We get this expression. Now we're just going to subtract one side from the other side. That is, we have an x squared on both sides, so we know we can get rid of that. So we'll start by getting rid of the x squared, and we're just going to have 9x plus 8 equals 7x plus 12. And we're going to keep simplifying, keep subtracting on both sides. So minus 7x plus 12, I'm just going to move everything to one side. So we get 2x minus 4 equals 0, which is the same as 2x equals 4, which means that x equals 2. And that is our answer. Now, when you're doing rational equations, it is pretty important to check your answers. Sometimes the answer doesn't actually work. In our case, it's going to work fine. We're just going to plug it in and you'll see. We get 3 over 5 equals 6 over 10. Well, 6 over 10 is actually the same as 3 over 5 because we can factor out a 2 on top and on bottom. So x equals 2 is the answer, and it is a good answer. So now we're going to do the next example. It's going to be a little bit more complicated. So in this example, we're going to take 2x plus 1 over x plus 1 equals x minus 10 over x minus 7. So again, we're going to want to cross multiply. So our given expression will be the same as 2x plus 1 times x minus 7 equals x minus 10 times x plus 1. And again, we're going to want to FOIL this. Get 2x squared minus 14x plus x and minus 7 equals to x squared plus x minus 10x minus 10. We're going to combine like terms. 2x squared minus 13x minus 7 equals x squared minus 9x minus 10. And now we're going to bring everything to one side of the equation. That is, we're going to subtract the entire right-hand side of the equation from both sides So on the right hand side, we're going to get 0. And on the left hand side, we're going to have to do a little bit of simplification. So here I'm subtracting the entire right hand side, and the whole thing is equal to 0. And now this will simplify to the negative sign goes inside of the parenthesis, and we get a negative x squared, a plus 9x, and a plus 10. And now we're going to combine like terms and get a final expression that's going to be a quadratic equation that we're going to have to solve. So we get x squared, because 2x squared minus x squared. Negative 13x plus 9x is negative 4x. Negative 7 plus 10 is 3. And this whole thing is equal to 0. This happens to be factorable, so we just factor it as x minus 3 times x minus 1. For more about factoring quadratic equations, you may look at the video lecture with the same name. So in the end, we get two solutions, x equals 3 or x equals 1. So now we're going to plug these in to make sure they both work. So our expression was 2x plus 1 over x plus 1 equals x minus 10 over x minus 7. Plug in x equals 3. Just erase all the x's and put 3's instead. And we get on one side 6 plus 1 over 4, and on the other side negative 7 over negative 4. And this simplifies to 7 over 4 equals 7 over 4, which is true. So x equals 3 is a good solution. Now we're going to check x equals 1. So here's our original expression. We replace the x's with 1's. And we simplify. So I get 2 plus 1 over 2 on one side, and on the other side, negative 9 over negative 6. Both sides of this expression simplify down to 3 halves. So we get 3 halves equals 3 halves, which is true. So that means x equals 1 must be a solution. I hope you found this video lecture helpful. Thank you for watching.